And I'm back with more Ace Attorney, Justice for All. It's trial time. I have a little of extra time to work with today to get a few extra videos done, because I'm not doing the Tuesday, Thursday, Friday thing. I'm doing all of these recordings on four of these recordings in one day, so I'm gonna try and do a whole buttload of stuff. But we'll see where I can get to. But as far as I can tell, 4 videos of trials. We should be able to do some doozies. Adrian did it! That's what it looks like. Dude, no way! No woman could do nothing like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there's somebody's trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer Dude, like I said yesterday. I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, okay? I can't let no sort of scandal ruin me like that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Oh, shit! Mia! We must get a complete acquittal today. I know. But I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. Huh? It's him. This is Wright. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her early this morning, she seemed a little bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you should really be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present. What in the world do you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. Wait! The kidnapper sent me a present. Mr. Lawyer Dude? Who was that? Nobody. It's got nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Sorry, my nose has been stuffed up lately. I still don't have a cold from a month ago. What the fuck? Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ongard. I keep messing that up. The prosecution and defense ready. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma? I don't know. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor! Please be quiet. Court is in session. You must tell me something. Please keep it brief. What is it? Prosecutor Von Karma's... This morning, she was shot. What? Somehow, I think this was the present he was talking about. His present? Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. This is insane! Miss Von Karma, is she okay? I don't have that answer. She's alive, but she's in stable condition. That's good. Huh? You're... I thought you'd show up. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Franziska Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking place. The prosecution is ready, naturally. Well, Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked into this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Mott Engard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found an answer I was struggling for in my long journey this year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know that answer. Huh? Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. I noticed that I have a much thicker register for Miles than I did in the first game, but look, if it differentiates him and Phoenix even a little bit, I'm good with it. Witness, state your name and occupation. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct for now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective? The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer. Yes, sir. Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with this. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be a rough fight. It would be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Oh, show me that answer you found. The murder happened at the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Carreta, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believed he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was nothing suspicious, or something suspicious about the guitar case. However, we later found that the guitar case had nothing to do with it. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room? Yes, sir. Both the victim and defendants went along alone to their rooms. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I believe you press the third and fourth. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, 3, 4, and 5. Sweet. Let's see. So 3. The cause of death. Wasn't that because Mr. Carreta was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, real pro's attention is drawn here to the bandana. Banana? His bandana, sir. That thing wrapped around his neck. Wait, I see. His banana-scented banana bandana, but fuck. What about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose. We have a crafty murderer on our hands. Strangled with a scarf. Okay. And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere on the crime scene. Well then, how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. Well, we thought of that too, but the only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims? I see. Well, so much for my theory. What convinced you it had nothing to do with it? Sorry. The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel. Where was it? The bright red guitar was found in the TV studio. The victim, Juan Carreta, apparently took it out of the case. Or only had the case with him. You mean he forgot to put the guitar in the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage, he didn't have it. So the guitar case was empty? Yeah, that's right. So it had nothing to do with it at all. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, The killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt Ungard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like he's back in full swing. Very well. Please testify about this. Yes, sir. Matt Ungard and Juan Carrito were huge rivals with each other. They each thought if each other would get in the other's way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja's costume and found in his hakama, which is pants. The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this premeditated. So the defendant's fingerprints were found in the knife used for the stabbing. Sixth. It was a sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out cleanly, sir. Ah, silverware knife. Crazy. And there's this button. That was found on his clothes, right? And this button's also covered in blood. Yeah. And we know the blood's on the victim's blood, sir. Oh, shit! And all of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? It most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? I'll find that hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Okay, so sixth statement, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, makes sense. Wait a minute. What? So the basis of your argument was as premeditated, is only that my client bought a knife? That's right, pal. The defendant, he did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of the knife. You'll see what I'm talking about. It has Gatewater Seal set in the handle. I think I've heard that name before. That's the name of the hotel. Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. That's very true. That's very... What is it, Mr. Redgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? I think whether this crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit that this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't... Oh. The question is, where did this knife come from? Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on the top of the table. There's a knife and fork on the table! Then, where in the world did the knife come from? If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt Ungard. Especially what was on top of his table. There's something missing. It's a knife? Oh, is Edward saying it? Perhaps a knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Ungard's knife was missing. Mr. Ungard went to the victim's room with the knife he had been using for dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit, I wonder? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. Choose option 1, wine glass, option 2. Seems Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps I just walked into. A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. That's quite a sizable amount of evidence. I can safely say without any further deliberation is a waste of Your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown. Evidence not yet shown? It means evidence that the court has not seen yet. New evidence. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? No. Phoenix? The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong, that gavel of his will be ringing out the sound of our defeat. Mr. Wright, you have something important and necessary to present this court. There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see. Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one, and only one, chance. What the judge is saying is don't try to pull one of your usual bluffs. If I mess this up, it's curtains. You may now present one, and only one piece of evidence. What is this important piece of evidence? This is a wine glass. Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggles against the assailant. The vase was broken, the makeup was all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser. I see your point. However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over was this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further examination. What? What do you have to say? Well, yes, it is a little peculiar. I thought it was. You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth, what is it, Your Honor? Your opinion. You don't need my opinion, because there is no special meaning to that wine glass. It is safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place, by the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the wine glass down without thinking. That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright. Could she have really done that? If I appear weak here, this trial's over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct. You just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. You've turned the situation on its head, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up this claim? There's no way he's got any. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have evidence to support it. What? You're not thinking hard enough, Wright. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Then Of course it has been thoroughly inspected. For fingerprints. Fingerprints. There was only one set of fingerprints left on the wine glass. Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews. Great. That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done, Mr. Wright? I can't believe I fell for the trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Now do you see, Mr. Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything too well. I thought long and hard this past year about what it meant to be a prosecutor, and from here on out I will show you the answer I've come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like to hear from. Another? Yes. Please bring the next witness. What the world's he thinking? Now then, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation. Gotcha. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had. Oh, Reggie boy, it's been a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the reporter with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, it was that wicked witch of the witness stand? I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm gonna tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with the terrible crime. Miss Witness, this terrible crime's all we need to know. Shush, you! I'm talking to my edgy widgy over there. Don't interrupt me, Gramps. Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her. Please. Anyway, witness your testimony, please. It's true what they say, that youth are hotheads these days. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, where do I start? Witness was on security detail in the hotel the night of the murder. Is that correct, Miss Oldback? It was a great job being able to see my dearie old Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. You were a fan of the victim? Look, everyone's crazy over that on-guard, saying he's cute in some fresh way or some dumb bullshit. But not me! I wouldn't say nothing so silly. After all, I got no interest in a child like him. I'm only interested in a real man. Juan Corrida. But the two were the same age. Anyway, like I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed. Oh. Great. Well, gee. That's a good enough place to stop for one episode, I suppose. But you know where we're going next? Wendy Oldbag returns. Oh boy. So I'll see you guys next time.